Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Modern Mining. It's time to get our 9th AI GPU in place. Yes, I just got back from driving 4 hours and I have a brand new 5090. It is a PNY, but still $1,800 for a 5090. I'm gonna buy that most days, except not anymore because I'm finally filled out my shelf. I'm probably gonna slow down on buying GPUs. I keep saying that and then I keep finding deals, but this should be the last one for a while. I'm very excited to add this to my assortment of GPUs here. This will be a lot of good content to see what's the best AI card. Is it the 5090 or is it the 4090 or is it the more budget 3090 options? Right now, most of my farm has jobs on OctaSpace. It's been doing very good. I made my last video. It was only looking a little iffy, but it's been overall pretty dang good actually. Now today, we're gonna be doing a little bit of, what's the right word? Pulling parts from here, throwing and mixing and matching everything so that we get a beast AI rig without having to buy any more parts. Let's get into it. Today's video is sponsored by Crypto Miner Bros, a reliable and highly trusted ASIC miner reseller. There are a couple huge benefits to buying from Crypto Miner Bros. The first is that the price on their website is the all-in price shipped to your door, no hidden fees. The second is that they have a massive selection of all the popular miners. My current favorite miner is the DG Home 1, which I got from Crypto Miner Bros. Don't forget to use code MODERN for $70 off each item regardless of price. Purchasing ASIC miners can be risky with tons of scams going around. Why not make it easy with Crypto Miner Bros? Check them out today with the link down below. So if you're wondering where that rig went, it's down here. I went ahead and took the 3070 off and I actually brought this to the guy on Facebook Marketplace and threw the card on, brought a monitor too, and it did display fine. I opened the box brand new. I wouldn't say we're 100% out of the woods yet. I want to get the drivers installed and make sure everything looks good, but it did boot up just fine. So quickly, let's take a look at this card. Pretty dang big card, and I was happy because this is not just the base PNY model. This is like the RGB overclock version, which is, I think goes for like $2,300 on Amazon. So I was very happy for $1,800. Still got all the plastic wrap on there. I did make sure that all the screws looked like they had never been touched, and the little anti-tamper sticker was good. So overall, I'm very excited to test this out. I am a little bit nervous because 5090 demand, at least like on Salad and some other platforms, seems like it's behind 4090 demand. And obviously you're paying more for a 5090 than you are a 4090. And especially in the case of a 3090 where you could probably get 3 3090s for the price of one 5090. However, this is going to hold its value very well for a long time to come. Additionally, I probably won't ever sell this card. It'll eventually go into my gaming rig and editing PC if I had to guess. Now, the last thing I've already done here is when I went to go get that card, I did grab an 850 PSU out of this rig right here. So this is just a total skeleton case now. So obviously a 850 watt is not going to be enough for this beast. My friend O2 Heat in the Discord, by the way guys, join the Discord if you're not already in it. Links are always in the description. He says that his 5090 pulls like 700 watts when it has OctaSpace jobs. So I certainly hope that's not the case the majority of the time. I want those real low power jobs where the fans don't even spin. But I want to make sure that everything is spec'd correctly so that if it does pull 700 watts, it's going to be fine. And that's why we're going to do a lot of mixing and matching in this video. This rig right here is my 4090. We just took it apart last video. It has the 7945X CPU and 96 gigabytes of RAM. In short, we're going to be pulling that GPU off and putting the 5090 on there. So this will be an insane 7945X, 96 gigabytes of RAM, 5090 rig. That's going to be awesome. Now, the next thing I want to do is that 4090 will be going onto this PC right here. 850 should be sufficient. I really have not seen that thing pull a ton of watts. So no issues there. But one issue is that this only has 32 gigs of RAM, 2 16 sticks, and it only has 2 slots. So if I'm going to put a 4090 on there, I want at least 48 gigs of RAM and maybe more than that. But I don't want to buy any more parts. And so that's where this rig has 128 gigs of RAM. Let me turn the light on here, and you might be able to see that a bit easier. 4 sticks of 32 gigabytes of RAM. And some people were commenting, and I think they were basically right, that you don't need 128 gigs of RAM. So far I've never seen it being used. I have seen screenshots, but it does seem like it's overkill. So my plan there is one of these 3090s is also at 32 gigs of RAM. So I'm gonna pull off 2 of these sticks. So this will be a 4090 with 64 gigs, and then I'll put one of those 32 sticks in here with a 16 stick. So this will be a 48 gigabyte rig with this 5090. And then eventually, once one of these loses their job and I figure out which one has the 32 gigs of RAM, I'll also take one of those 16 sticks and put the 32 in there. So that will be 48. And that will make every single one of my rigs will have a minimum of 48 gigs of RAM, up to some of them that have a maximum of 128 gigs of RAM. So without further ado, we're going to do it like a little build montage. I'm just going to get some clips and do a voiceover. Let's start pulling and picking parts off different rigs. I've already stopped my node jobs on both of these. I waited. It was actually perfect. They both stopped jobs right when I was about to do this, so I didn't have to kick anyone off. Don't kick people off your jobs, guys, because then they don't want to use the platform. And obviously, we want as many people using the platform as possible. So let's get into it. All right, even though I've already seen this thing work, I'm still a bit nervous. So let's switch this to port 4. We've got our USB dongle plugged in. Now we just need to flip the power button back here. We should be up and running. Nice. Okay, so far so good. As long as it shows up as 5090, like I was worried maybe the core was swapped or something. I mean, you just really never know. And maybe I'm just super worried since I had that 3090 scam go bad. But so far it looks good. Let me get through this and just make sure everything looks good. One thing I did figure out, guys, is if you have a node with OctaSpace, like this one was a 4090, you don't need to remake your node or anything. It's going to automatically detect the difference in hardware, which is super good. So let me get into the setup. The RGB on that is pretty cool too. Well, we're good to go, guys. You can see there 5090, so no issues there. Let me get this one booted up and running on Octa. While that's getting its new drivers and everything, we may as well go ahead and throw this one on. This is going to go into the PDU because I'm maxed out on my 15 amp outlets. I definitely want to make sure I'm not getting pressure on this cable right here, which it seems all right, but I'm going to go around the back and just double check. Just going through our driver updates here. Definitely want to make sure those are up to date. I always do the studio driver. Do you guys do a different one? That has always worked fine for me. Need to plug in our little USB dongle just to have easy access so I don't have to reach in there to plug a USB in every time. There we go. And our HDMI dummy plug, because this one's not plugged into the switch. And another thing I'm going to do on the 5090 is set an afterburner undervolt. I'll probably set it at like 80%. That's what I've been doing on all my rigs, and I haven't seen any downsides from doing it. And it just means they can't absolutely crank your card. So I'm definitely going to do that. Let's install here. Okay, and I guess we can just go ahead and flip this one on. Should be no issues there. Now, before I forget, I'm going to get on my phone and switch both the remote desktop names of these two PCs and the smart outlets that they're in, because otherwise it gets all mixed and jumbled up. But all right, that was easier than I thought. I'll remote into this one and get it up and running too. Boom, just like that, we are up and running on our node. I'm probably going to test this on, ooh, and I need to change my price too, because I'm still set on the 4090 price and do that real quick. I'm going to try it on Octa for a bit, and then I might try it on Salad. I've seen some people getting really good Salad results and also some people getting really bad Salad results, so I'm curious to test it on there. This did not show up in remote desktop, maybe because I switched the GPU, so I'm going to have to run a HDMI down into my switch right here, no big deal. This HDMI cord is nice and long, but it is very stiff, which makes it pretty annoying to work with. So we'll plug this in here, and then I need my GPU dongle from this guy. He's up and running and plugged into this one, and see why is this not letting me remote into it. We couldn't repair your device automatically. Not a great sign there. Let's just restart this and try again here. May just need to reseat the RAM. I mean, I know all those RAM sticks work, so maybe just the mixing of the two kits, or maybe it's got, let me make sure it doesn't have like XMP on. It shouldn't. Oh, well, there we go. Now we're good. Okay, let's go up to the computer. I'm going to download drivers on this one, get this one working, and then we'll talk about, again, why did I purchase this, what are my expected profits, that sort of thing. See you guys up there. All right, guys, before we get into the meat of it, let's figure out, did I get a good deal? The most important thing on any mining AI is do not overspend on hardware. You're going to get burned with both depreciation and just relatively low profits in the space right now. So always getting a best deal is the most important thing. That's why I developed the site gpudeals.net to quickly check, are you getting a good deal? So as simple as typing 5090 in here. If I was to get this on Amazon or eBay, I would have been paying $2,300. It looks like a gigabyte card on Amazon and a Asus Tough card on eBay. And then you have to pay taxes. So this is like realistically $2,600. I know Red Panda Mining just spent $2,500 on one not even a month ago. So $1,800. I am very, very happy. For reference here, 4090 is showing as a price of $2,100 on Amazon. Let's see what that looks like. And then 3090 is showing as $860 on Amazon and $628 on eBay. So that's what you can expect from the good kind of AI cards. So next thing I want to discuss is how much money have I personally spent on AI GPUs in the past, let's see, since May. The answer is about $10,000 on just GPUs. You can see right here everything that I put together, and this number does come out to $9,540, with a large portion of that being into the 15090, the 3 4090s, and then I got 5 3090s. So overall, I'm very well set up now for this whole AI boom. The one big factor here is, do jobs stick around? Is there going to continue to be demand? And if there is, then I am going to be in a very happy place. I really, really hope that Salad can get it together. I hope OctaSpace continues the good run that I've had. And I'm excited to get these all to work. All of my cards are a minimum of 24 gigabytes of VRAM, so all great AI cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cube here. This is my rig. We'll go ahead and restart this. We can see here I do need to rename a few things, so let me do that real quick. Unfortunately, when you click these, it doxes your IP, so I'll cut to when I'm on the renaming screen. All right, they should be renamed now. Unfortunately, the ones that the screen you rename it is the one that shows the IP. I have asked them to fix that. So now everything should be updated. The one last thing here is this 3090 rig. I still have one stick of that 32 gigs of RAM, so this will eventually turn to 48 gigabytes of RAM, just not yet. So OctaSpace did work flawlessly. I didn't have to recreate my nodes or anything. You can see two of the rigs that we just took off are obviously idle right now. This one shows busy, but it's just because we were just on it. That should show idle here in a second. But of all my other ones, there's only one right here that doesn't currently have a job. All of the others are rented. So let's take a look at what I'm renting these things for. My 4090s, I have been doing about 12 cents on them, but I actually was able to bump this up to 13 cents today, or actually about 14 cents today, which was nice, which means demand is kind of outpacing the supply and the price is a little bit rising, which is very cool to see. So the 5090, we need to go ahead and price, and I'll show you guys how I'm currently pricing them. If we go to compute rental here, and then for GPUs, we want to search up specifically 5090s only. I believe this showed 70 active earlier today, so 22 have been rented since I last looked. This is, there we go, we'll pop it out a little bit more. And we can see the lowest one here is 18,663 cents. Let's see if we can find mine. This is it right here. You can see the overclock is setting it down from 600 watts to 480 watts. That's nice to have. We'll see if it hurts me. But I think I'm going to go ahead and leave mine exactly where it is, right at that 0.2. You don't really want to undercut each other, guys, because they're always just going to choose the kind of first ones that they find, or they're going to be looking for specific specs. Like mine has a very good up and down speed. Mine and also has 90 gigs of RAM. So besides this one right here, mine is kind of the best one at the top. But don't undercut people really bad, because that just kind of hurts everybody. So I'm going to leave it where it is, and we shall see what happens. Pretty soon I'm going to do a video on how close am I to recouping that $10,000 investment in AI, and once you add in all the RAM, the motherboards, it's probably closer to $15,000, but keep in mind I did sell off about 24 mining GPUs. That has really helped offset that cost a lot. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. As always, if you're going to buy GPUs, be sure to check if you're getting a good deal first, and I'm going to leave another cool video for you to check out right here on your way out. Thanks for watching.